To understand this story, you've got to understand a little bit about where I come from, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Let me share my screen with you for a second. Okay. If you remember, here's Green Bay from previous videos. Let's zoom right in. There we are on the Bay of Green. There's my house right there. Okay. So Green Bay I was born in 1961. First census year after my birth was 1970. They do it every 10 years. 1970, the population of Green Bay was roughly 90,000 people. And there were 65 Black people in Green Bay. Not 65,000, not 6,500. There were 65. And as you remember, Green Bay is the home of the Green Bay Packers professional football team. There was about 20 Black people on the Packers. So the Blacks on the Packers plus their wives plus a child would be 60. So pretty much the only Black people we saw in my whole youth were Packer players. That doesn't make us racist. That doesn't make us anything. This just was the reality that was in my existence. Green Bay was 99% white, 1% Native American, according to the 1970 demographics. So I preface that because I'm going to tell you the Uhaul story. So about 15 years, and by the way, Green Bay has gotten much more diverse because America is an amazing place. It is home to a very large, not a large population, but 7 or 8% of the population are Hmong. Hmong are the people from Laos, the mountain people that were on our side in the Vietnam War. There are many Hispanics, Mexicans that have come to Green Bay, and the Black population has risen dramatically as well. I mean, dramatically, I think it's 1,400 people now, something like that. Anyway, about 15 years ago, I had rented a truck, a U-Haul truck, to move some things from one house to the next. In the process of moving, I had to return the truck. So I went to the U-Haul in Green Bay, and I went into the building, and behind the counter there was a man working, and there was a woman that was in front of me that was trying to arrange her rental. The only purpose that I was there for was to return the keys. I was done with the process. Anyway, in the process, I heard the woman begin to argue quite loudly with the man behind the counter. And she was a Black woman. And she began shouting at the man saying, "You told me if I brought you $100, I could rent the truck for a day." And he said, "Yes, that is true. It will cost you $100 to rent the truck. However, I can't let you have the truck unless you give me a credit card to guarantee its return. The truck is worth $30,000, and I'm not releasing a $30,000 truck without some kind of guarantee on your part. And that guarantee that our company requires is a credit card." And she said, "Mister, I don't have a credit card. I'm coming to you. I drove all the way over here because you told me for $100 I could do it." And he said, "Again, lady, I'm not turning over a truck to you unless you have the credit card." And she puts the $100 bill on the desk, and then she pulls her phone out. And she said, "Would it be okay if I gave you the credit card of somebody else?" And the man behind the counter said, "Lady, I don't care whose credit card you have, but you cannot take a truck out without a guarantee from a credit card." And the lady said, "Fine." And she turned around and she looked at me and she said, "Mister, can I borrow your credit card?" Well, I nearly fell over because this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Complete stranger asking me to guarantee a $30,000 truck because I was waiting in line. And I said to her, "I don't know you from the man in the moon. What are you talking about giving my credit card to you? No one would do that. That's crazy." And it was December at this point, and she said to me, "Mister, sometimes you've got to open up your heart to Jesus and do something kind for someone." And I said, "Well, then let Jesus give you his credit card." And she said, "Mister, I'm having trouble. It's a difficult situation, and I just need somebody to help." And I said, "Yeah, but what you're asking is an enormous amount of help. I don't know you from the man in the moon." And she said, "Oh, you don't have to worry about this. I work 2 blocks away from here at the local strip club." Oh, so now I understand that she's a stripper. Nothing against stripping. It was legal at the time and it's fine. So she said to me again, "Open up your heart to Jesus, mister." And I thought about it and I said, "Okay, I'll do this for you." And she was all smiling and happy. And she said, "You don't have to worry. I'm good for it." And I went up to the clerk, and the clerk looked at me and he said, "You're out of your mind." And I said to the clerk, "Sometimes you have to open up your heart to Jesus." And as he pulled the contract out and he hands it over for me to sign, and I hand over my credit card and he starts sliding the card, he leans forward to me and he says, "She's a dude." So I felt even better about it at that point because I figured there are only 65 Black people in Green Bay, and there is only one Black female impersonator stripper in the whole city. So if I have a problem, I know that I can find her. So I handed over my credit card. She used it, and she brought back the truck the next day. And there was $100 worth of damage that they charged by credit card, but I never went to collect at the strip club because I figured, that's worth $100, the story. Anyway, that's all I have today to share with you. Uh, Remember to do kind things for people that are struggling in life. And maybe you at the end. Bye.